Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and today we're gonna be making a corned beef and cabbage and potatoes. So of course, we're making this low carb and keto friendly, so we're not using potatoes. We're actually gonna be using radishes as our potato substitute. They turn out so close to the real deal. I can't wait for you guys to try this, but I've actually only had the real version with real potatoes back in the day. So this is the first time where I'm actually subbing the potatoes. Of course, I've already done it. You guys know I have other videos where I use radishes as potatoes. So that's what we're using as our substitute. But anyway, this is a simple recipe. You can make this stovetop if you don't have a pressure cooker. I do have a pressure cooker, so that's what we're gonna be using. I'm gonna show you what we're using as our beef. So this is, I grabbed this at Costco. Local, I went to Costco and grabbed it. It's a corned beef round. And of course, this is in honor of like St. Patty's Day. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have had this during, St. Patrick's, but this is something that Donnie's sister has made for us when we're out visiting, and it's so delicious. And honestly, I just can't wait for you to try it. So let's get started. Okay, so I was actually gonna rinse this, but I just realized that it has all the peppercorns, and this meat already comes ready to cook. So you don't have to wash it, just throw it right in. And now that we have our meat in there, we're going to throw in some bone broth. You could use water, but honestly, bone broth is just gonna add not only to the flavor, but it's gonna add to the nutrients. It has, obviously it's full of collagen and protein, and it's just gonna, give it a better taste. So I want the meat to be covered, and since it's not, we're gonna add a little bit of water. So that should be good. That should be fine. And now we're gonna add our spices, okay? So we have our black pepper. Just gonna throw that in. Our garlic, cause about that garlic life. I love garlic. If you don't, obviously, if everything is pretty much optional, like if you don't eat onions, you don't like garlic, then you're gonna make this. So then you just omit it. And then here we have mustard. So this is ground mustard, okay? I'm just gonna toss it in. Ground mustard and a pinch of salt. Perfection. We're gonna throw in a half cup of onion. And what we're gonna do is we're actually going to cook this first, okay? So I will walk you through it. Let's get started with starting to cook our meat, and then we will move on to our veggies, which I already have here, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with them, okay? So let's go. Okay, so we're just gonna put our meat into the pressure cooker. So if you guys aren't familiar with the pressure cooker, it basically just speeds up the cooking process. So if you were to cook this stovetop, it'd probably take like 3 hours or so. And in a pressure cooker, it's gonna take less than an hour. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do pressure cook. So I don't know if you guys can see that. We're doing pressure cook, and then this is beef. So, and then we're gonna do an hour and on high. But before we start, let's just put the little lid on. So you put the top. It's really simple, actually. And we start. So it'll preheat, and then it'll heat, and then this will keep it warm. But right now we're gonna let this cook, and let's go chop up our veggies and our potatoes. Okay, so now we get down to the veggies. So we have our celery, we have our cabbage, and then these are gonna be our potatoes, or our Fauxtatoes. For the celery, this is the size that you're going for, okay? So you get your little celery stalk, and then you figure you're gonna get about 3 pieces, okay? So let's do this. And that's what I'm gonna do for all of these, okay? Okay, now we move on to our cabbage. So you can use a half a head, but honestly, I'm super obsessed with cooked cabbage, so we're gonna do a full. And that's enough meat for a full head. So this is just gonna go in 4s. So you can do like little wedges, you know? All right guys, so right now we are cutting our radishes, which are going to be our potatoes. Have you tried substituting any veggie for a potato? Any radish? There's daikon radish, there's the Korean radish. There's actually a few that come pretty close. Even the chayote, that's a good one. I like chayote for desserts though, but I know some people use them. But comment down below, let me know what you've used and which is your favorite, because you know, maybe I'll give that a try for my next recipe. So at this point, we're gonna wait for our meat to fully cook, and then we're gonna incorporate our veggies, because if you put them in together, this will become mush. You don't want that. Okay, so it has finished cooking right here. Now it says keep warm. We're gonna open it, so we have to push cancel so we can unlock it. Okay, so now we go ahead and release the steam right here. Sorry. Moment of truth. Dang. Oh yeah, you see that? Perfection. Ooh, yes girl. On point. Okay, now let's let our cameraman taste it. Thumbs up?
No, seriously, it's really good.
So now that Orlando has tried it, he gave it a thumbs up. Now let's go ahead and add the rest of our stuff, okay? So we're gonna add our potatoes, which is, okay, so let's go ahead and add all of our veggies. So those are our radishes, which are serving as our potatoes. We have our celery, and now our cabbage. Let's see if it's all gonna fit. Probably not. So about half a cabbage is what ended up fitting in here, which is fine. I really love cabbage, so I'll probably end up cooking the rest of it with like some of the broth afterwards, but just for, you know, for the purpose of the video, we're gonna go with the half. We're gonna put the top back on, and we're gonna put it for another 15 minutes so that the veggies can cook. And then I'm gonna show you the final product. Okay. Whoa. Perfect. Beautiful. Our little potatoes. Look at that. Nice and tender, absorbed all the flavor. You have your celery, cabbage, and then our meat. Where's the meat?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Why did it do that? Oh, it's because the meat must have
Farted.
the meat farted.
See that?
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot the taste test. Okay, so you guys need to know that it's amazing. So let's do a taste test. I got like a big bite here, big bite. Okay. Sorry. This is so delicious. I don't need, oh, the potatoes. I was gonna say, like, what's the difference from this? So, okay, I forgot that this was like a keto version. The little potatoes. This is like, see, it looks like little potatoes, so cute. It honestly tastes like the regular version. So yeah, if you love the corned beef with cabbage and potatoes, you have to try this. Even if you're not keto and you're just trying to like live a low carb lifestyle, or just trying to make healthier, you know, like healthier choices in what you eat, this is like a perfect dish, because honestly, it tastes like the regular version. Yeah, this is honestly, it's a delicious Irish recipe. I hope you really enjoy it. If you make it, of course, tag me, because I want to see your recreations. I don't know if you can see it, but like, This is, yeah, it's just absolutely delicious. It's hearty. It's one of those meals that makes you feel like nice and full and satiated. You have your veggies, you have your protein. What's a side that goes with corned beef?
Mashed potato.
Oh, maybe mash.
Mhm.
Yeah, mashed potato. Okay, so cauli mash. Cauli mash. Yeah, give me some ideas on what you would eat this meal with. I'm thinking like a really creamy cauli mash. You know what I've been thinking about doing is not cauli, but like a mash made with leeks and celery root. So let me know if you've already tried it and which one is the closest to real mashed potato. Maybe I should do, okay. Let me know if I should do like a mashed potato dupe and maybe use like 3 different items to see which is the closest to texture and taste of real mashed potatoes. Because I mean, come on, let's be honest, like that's one of the things that we all miss, right? Like mashed potatoes and gravy was like everything in my life. So now, of course, I do with cauli mash, which is absolutely delicious. So I will link the recipe that I have down below, which is a cauli mash and gravy. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So that's a perfect combination with this dish here. For this recipe, there's a link to my blog down below. That's where you can actually print out this recipe, and I have exclusive recipes that I don't have here on my YouTube channel. So make sure you check it out. Again, the link is below, so go check it out. And if you still want a little more of me, then make sure that you're following me on Instagram and on TikTok, where I share just more simple, easy recipes and a glimpse into my everyday life. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me. I love you, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah.